The Great War led the world to creating a new kind of revolutionary cinema, one which would allow for the citizens of the world, from wherever they came, to experience the virtues of patriotism, courage, and common understanding. This is the explosion of the propaganda film. The good, the bad, the ugly. This century has seen these terrific and cunning films arise out of the dust of the former industry left behind in the ashes. A terrible and great ration swept across the world, and to those preparing for the throes of war, supplies dwindled. Many countries discovered a new great use for film. Education of the masses for the great causes of society. Now we tend to hear of the renowned films of the Germans and the Soviets. Yet many Western countries also took the charge of creating far-reaching films. In the Great War, we saw the charge of many citizens in the United States, in Canada, in Great Britain, and primarily women, to ration and save money for the cause of the war. The pressure to save was on. For the troops, they cried, for our boys. The men, women, and children left behind kept war stamps like these to show their support and help carry the burden of the war. It was American to support the boys at war. Even well-known actresses such as Mary Pickford answered the call of patriotism, starring in the 1918 film 100% American. We would see the expressions of this form of cinema erupt into a beast of its own. Even the major staples of the world of cinema today played their part in the efforts. Struggling to keep afloat, Walt Disney Animation began creating films for the education of the troops and those left at home. De Fuller's Face, a famous work of the studio, shed light on the proper attitudes Americans should have about the fight for freedom. The highly acclaimed Warner Brothers oversaw much of the creation of Private Snapper, a bumbling, reckless recruit, learning the mannerisms and expectations of being a well-trained American soldier. These fun and often strange cartoons, as well as the many great propaganda films of this time, give us a glimpse into the lives of the people, more or less. And my question to you is, does propaganda film, or some variation of it, still exist today? Why or why not? Do you know any propaganda media in the modern era?